here we are. Can you introduce us to everyone in your class today? Scylla just said, yeah, I think we can do that. I'm not going to be able to monitor that chat. I should have made you a panelist.
I'll stand up.
Well, put your face in here every once in a while. Okay. Hi, everybody. Working now. Oh yeah, it's all been working. We've been having our private conversations before sharing these words to the world. So let's see, where am I? All right. So I don't want to stand in too many people's ways. So pretty much there, maybe. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the BQH Immersion class. This is very unexpected. It certainly wasn't planned. Want to say hi to everybody? Why don't you just say hi? Say just a first name if that's what you want, or say who you are. Who's here?
I'm Donna McMurtry from Colorado.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Sarah, Kansas. Christina Brady, Missouri.
I'm Brian, and I'm coming from Sacramento.
Annie from San Francisco. Shelley from San Francisco Bay Area as well.
And Joanna from Colorado.
Nathan from Kansas.
Diana from Colorado.
And of course, here we are in the land of Oz, in the heartland of America, on the east side of Wichita, Kansas. Thank you all for joining us, those who are joining live and those who are joining hopefully today or in the near future. We wanted to connect with you today. Our hearts are full and our thoughts and our prayers are with our fellow human beings today, with all of what's going on. There's so much going on in the world and has been going on in the world in this year, but certainly in the following days when so many challenges have presented to us with the hurricanes and other big chaos in the world, not just in America, but all across the world, of course. I'm going to call out a special friend, one of my best friends in the world right now, my beautiful friend, Linda Daves. She lives in Sarasota, and she's staying, and she's 10 miles from the coast. Along with everybody on the planet, I have not stopped thinking about one of my oldest and dearest friends in the world, Linda. She was the maid of honor at our wedding 41 years ago. And I love her dearly. And she and her whole family are down there, and so many other friends, Greg Prescott, Carol Vendroff, so many of my friends in Florida, as well as people in North Carolina and Tennessee, friends and contacts and acquaintances and colleagues who've gone through so much and are going through so much, others across the world in the Middle East and of course, all reaches of the planet. So I just want to introduce this group journey, this meditation, if you will. We're actually playing a recording. The recording is of my voice. It is of me leading a group journey that I entitled Seaside to Starship. And I wrote this in 2018, and it just kept calling to me, my own work, my own connection, my own heart that connected in this way to the expanded consciousness that we are all capable of interacting with, because I wrote it under the most beautiful moon and stars at night while sitting on Linda Dave's boat on the water in Sarasota, where she allowed me to spend the night for a few nights when I was down there for actually an N5D.com event. No, that was the BQH event. Sorry, been there a couple of times. Anyway, it was actually our first BQH. BQH wasn't hardly created yet. It was in its new beings, and we brought together a bunch of quantum healers who are interested in doing a new way of things. Anyway, connecting to the galactics on the water seemed apropos, and we're just going to play that recording. And we're gonna play it starting pretty much now. It's half an hour. So if you want to find yourself comfortable, like our friends here, I'm gonna put myself down here somewhere, maybe up against the sofa. I don't know. I tend to fidget one way or another. Find yourself a comfortable place. And at the end, we're actually going to ask the participants here for the BQH immersion class if they want to share anything that they experienced during the meditation, during the journey. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your heart with the world and your love with the world, your intention to bring peace and calm to the world right now, which is so very needed. Thank you for being here. I am going to start with, we typically do Qigong before class, and we ran ourselves out of time. So I'm just going to do something very, very brief, and I'm going to put myself in the Wuji posture, just soft knees, a straight spine. And I'm going to take a couple deep breaths, and you can do this at home, or you can just imagine that you're doing this. As I make my connection between heaven and earth. Wuji posture. Feeling my neck rise, my head lift, myself getting taller. As I begin to clear and slow my mind. Breathing deeply. And one more brief Qigong movement that you can join me in. I'm going to gather heavens 3 times. Feeling myself and my intention and my energy pull down the stars through my center column down into the planet with my breath. Already feeling giant energies come into the room. I'm covered in goosebumps. Again, thank you for being here. We will try to look at your chat during maybe a little bit or after for sure. Okay. All right. You can press play. I invite you now to find a safe and sacred space of your own. One that is quiet, welcoming. Where you can have a little while to yourself where you're undisturbed. And I invite you to either sit or lie down and take a deep, deep breath. And another. And another. And so as we begin this journey, remember that my voice will go with you everywhere that you go. You will clearly hear me and understand me. And if at any time you wish to return to your everyday conscious awareness, it will be just so easy. You will simply decide when you wish to return to this room or this place that you are by opening your eyes. It's that easy. So I invite you now to close your eyes and go within your beingness. And perhaps you might wish to set an intention for the journey we are about to share together. You might set the intention for yourself or a loved one, or maybe humans upon the earth who are in areas of war or devastation. Or maybe your intention may be for the animal or elemental kingdoms or our Earth Mother. whatever feels right for you in this moment. And now, if you wish, you may place your right hand on your heart and your left hand right below it, and begin to breathe. Become aware of how your body follows the rhythm of your breathing, in and out, up and down, allowing you to flow deeper and deeper inside of your beingness. You might even imagine that you are breathing through your very heart. In through your heart and out through your heart. In through your heart and out through your heart. And now you may place your hands anywhere where they will be comfortable. And let us now imagine that there exists a beautiful golden cord that goes from your heart deep into the planet. And this cord passes through the floor and the ground and all layers of the earth, all the way to the very center of our world, where it anchors itself to the heart of the planet. You are now in pure contact with your heart and its wisdom, and also with the earth. You are grounded and stable and strong. When you are in pure contact with your heart and its life force energy, you are also in pure contact with your divine knowingness, inner wisdom, and original source energy. When you are connected in this way, you are connected only to the highest and most pure and benevolent beings. This is your protection and also your deepest source of knowingness and wisdom. And with each breath, this truth vibrates deeper within your body, within your bones and your blood and your cells. And at the same time, this connection expands your conscious awareness. And as your awareness expands, you find it easy to just let go of all expectations about what might be in store for your journey. You will find it easy to release the idea of anything at all needing to be in any certain way. And you will find that that is a very nice feeling indeed. And so it is time to begin our journey. I would like for you now to imagine the most beautiful beach in the world, with sands so white and fluffy soft that they cradle your feet as you find yourself now there and walking slowly towards the shore. And there at the water's edge, you encounter the gentle and calm waves of a beautiful and clear water sea.
The waves, the waves, the waves, moving in slowly, slowly, slowly. And the glassy, shallow water with glints and sparkles dancing upon it. First colorless as it laps at your feet, then becomes light and blue, and farther away aquamarine and serene, and further still turns cool and deep and blue, blue, blue. And as you watch the gentle sea rocking and moving ever so slowly, you look to the horizon and notice the blue turns even deeper blue. The blue turns dark, velvety. And at the farthest point of your vision, where the water meets the sky, the depths of the ocean turn purple and rich and so very quiet. And then you might begin to have an awareness of the sun above, pulsing warm waves of its shimmering rays. And you might think to look up into the sky. The blue, blue sky, so high above, with only a few friendly white clouds here and there. Clouds so white and filled with dreams that they float above your head like endless possibilities, endless opportunities, endless, endless, endless. And maybe you will begin to see something familiar appear from behind one of these clouds. And as the presence gently and with great ease slowly comes towards you, your heart smiles in recognition and comfort and ease. And the closer it gets, you see and know now that this object belongs to you. It is your own personal traveling ship. You are so very familiar with it, because you travel with it often, most often in so many of your nighttime dreams. This ship, your very own creation, is so very easy to connect with as it reads your thoughts and obeys your commands, just like your hands move with your mind. So does your traveling magical vessel. You are connected then, and always have been. And so you might invite your ship to come and land on the soft, soft sand, just a little ways from where you stand. And when it lands inside your mind, you smile. This vessel, a sight so familiar, so welcoming, so beckoning. You've traveled together for no one knows how long. So long So long. So long. The beginning of that time has turned in upon itself and is no longer a memory at all. Admiring the shape and the texture, the presence of your friend, the magical traveling vessel. You make your way to the ship and remind yourself of all of its familiar details. Remembering every small part of your perfect creation and all of the wondrous places it has carried you to experience. Imagine now stepping into and settling in to your own beautiful ship. You settle in with comfort and ease. And the awareness grows now as you meld with your ship of the calling of the sun and the calling of the stars. And they call you to remind you that you can visit worlds and places and times that exist even beyond their pulsing light. And you might decide that yes, you wish to travel now to one of those places. The most appropriate place for this moment in place. The most perfect time for this time. The most aligning for your current alignment. And so you and your craft begin to move so easy, so effortlessly, almost like a single being as you head high into the sky and wink as the sun goes by. And the sky grows deep and rich and purple as the sea below. But the sparkles here are not from glints in the water, but from the stars. And high above the place where you are is the portal your soul always seeks. The one created for you and by you and for you that will take you to the most appropriate time and place, space, and at the pace that is perfect for you now. Moving through the kaleidoscope of colors, shapes, and sounds, you and your ship are on your way now, purposefully, yet gently, swiftly, and with ease, ease, ease. And as you move and watch, you pass by red stars and blue, who nod their heads like old friends. And you continue by through nebulae and galaxies and time and space. And you feel a push and a pull from far away. So familiar, so welcoming, so beckoning. And in a breathless moment that lasts no time at all, you are there. And the movement stops, and the traveling is complete, and you gather your bearings and take a breath. The time, place, and space that calls to you at this moment is now here before you. And so you exit your ship in a way that seems right and begin to explore. The wide, wide, wide perspective is first. What is this place? What kind of space? And the details of it pour in. Just take it all in. Looking around as a point on a circle that moves to complete one rotation. You register and acknowledge exactly where you are. Now sensing yourself as it enters, melds, and melts where you are. You feel and know and record all of the details of this. Who are you in this place? Do you have a face? I think it is easy to trace the outlines and shapes of your presence and self in this place. Remembering also that just in case you see no face, that it may be you have no outlines at all. Consider now the story that is here, that presents itself in front of you, by you, and for you, and with you. And then you take it all in as the explorer you are, with calmness and wisdom and faith. You know why you are here. Take all of it in. The who's, the whys, the whats, and the whens. It becomes so clear to you now. And after some time, no one knows for how long, when time has moved and morphed into timeless time, the gift of this journey here is presented to you in the clearest, most beautiful way. Understanding it now and accepting this place with strength that is grace, itself defined and felt and experienced. And should you ever feel or find or believe a need to return, you can do so with ease. And so now that our journey has been completed, it is time now once again to return to your ship. And that is done with the single easy thought that it should be so. And so, and so. There you are again on your personal, magical traveling craft as it hears your call to return back to the physical realm. And before you know it, you pass again by the nebulae and the galaxies and the stars who are friends, who nod with a smile in knowing something of your journey by the color of the trail of light that you leave behind as you drift back down to the planet and the soft, sandy white beach and the clear, beautiful water and sand, sand, sand. And before you open your eyes, you take note of the expansion of your heart and the increased depth of your wisdom and knowing. And you send gratitude to all who participated, your guides, your galactic family, your ancestors, you from the future as an ascended master, an original source energy itself. And when you are ready, and only when you are ready, you may now open your eyes.
How's everyone doing?
Nice and relaxed.
Yeah.
Expanded.
Stay there another hour or so.
Start going so many different places. Like the recording just was like, it's just there. I was somewhere else. Oh,
There was a lot of energy. I'll get on screen.
Yes.
There was a lot of energy in the room and you were moving like you usually do. And when that happens, there's a lot of energy funneling through the human form into all. I don't know if you guys felt.
I made some energy balls a couple times. I was told to work with it and then intend that it.
Can people hear? You might want to speak up. a little bit far from the microphone if you want to talk, or feel free to move if you want. Remember, we're still broadcasting live to God knows the world. As far as I know, Spain and England for sure. Some other people may have joined us along the way.
Like I saw all sorts of like cartoon-esque sort of whiteboarded sort of, I don't know, very kind of that high energy visuals that you'd like see in something like Fantasia.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's just like moving in different scenes there. Not Fantasia, but like just that kind of element of light and just seeing stuff like I was in space, I was in orbit, saw astronauts, saw a satellite, and dismantled those things. Mm.
Yeah, I guess I can talk a little bit.
Sure.
So, I typically go multiple places at once, and I went to two well-known quantum experiences that I've had where I was, and both involved some kind of a star arc that's an extension of myself. And in one is a really beautiful planet or realm that I've been calling Pythia. And there was significant support being beamed down to Earth or through realities to Earth by everything that's alive there, which is everything's alive everywhere. There's the flowers and all of the plant life and all of the people and beings. And then I was also simultaneously in an angelic realm that I participate in and am part of quite a bit. And there was a lot happening there too, that looked very human. I think sometimes I see it as more human than it probably actually is, so that I can filter through my consciousness. And some of the male angels that are like, I guess you could say, strategists or even like spiritual warriors were at the desk in which they make plans, and there's a lot going on to try to help people here and Earth here, all life here. Everything is alive. I'm feeling led to mention that again. I'm an animist, and everything everywhere is alive. And it is through this remembrance that we can heal the Earth and facilitate and midwife some kind of a shift into a better reality and realm for everybody. And I moved a lot of energy. I'm very, what's the word? I guess physical in all of my exploration and work.
You moving?
Oh yeah. I sway a lot, and I was told to gather energy and then kind of dissipate it with intention that it be received by whomever, whatever, wherever it needed to go. So it felt very effective. I guess I want to mention at the very end, I was told to mention that I saw you, Candace, in a red shirt. It was really important. I saw you that it was red, the red of the cardinal even, and then and planning and just fully in your power as like the elder and the matriarch. And the water told me today to share a message about being the living elders for everybody present, but you in particular. So it seems relevant to what we're doing today. So
Don't sit down, because I think what I have to share connects with some of what Sarah has to share. She's had several sessions here and has led several sessions here as a facilitator. As a matter of fact, one of our members had an instant healing, which was fun, and we will be talking about in the future. But one of the things I wanted to mention is, and I still don't know completely and fully what you've experienced in some of your BQH sessions, but I know it connects. How do I know it connects? I know it connects because of what I experienced right here. first of all, what's happening in this physical space here in this house, my childhood home, is so much a part of what's going on here. And there are significant memories of my life that were coming into play. But past that, I went to, it's going to sound kind of corny, but you were talking about sort of the water priestess role
Yes.
and things like
Yes.
that. I actually went to a convention. I
Mhm.
went to a realm where there were other beings who were master communicator, energy workers of water in places throughout the galaxy were coming together. It was like a convention, and there were so many other beings there. And of course, Emoto was there. And Dolores was there, but Emoto was like, welcome. And there was just, and Veda Austin was there. Absolutely, Veda was there. Patricia Greechens, you were there, if you happen to be watching now or in the future. And of course, so much is happening with the water today in our current reality, especially here in America and on the East Coast. And our intentions are so powerful, but particularly powerful, as we know, as BQH practitioners, with water.
Yeah.
So with water, small amounts of water that we use with BQH, but this water event that is happening right now is absolutely affected by our intentions of peace and calm and joy and alignment for all who are here, and understanding that this experience, no matter what, will be expanding our hearts, no matter what happens, no matter what's in store. But our hearts are with you. And is there anyone else who would like to share? And please, no need, but I'm going to check the time.
Here, a couple
Yes,
of shares.
please, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Priscilla from England, who we know and love so much,
And who's coming to America?
and who's coming to America, said, I had a vision
Very
of outer
soon.
space too. And then Julia Wagner, who has been
Hi, Julia.
has been here in immersion class before, says, I had a vision of a room with a velvet rope. I kept thinking it looked like a movie gallery, the video rental place, movie gallery. Then I realized I was at a movie premiere. The title of the premiere was The Soul's Journey. The premiere was for me, but not only for me, everyone was there. And the movie was like a GIF I've seen with an atom and a stick figure moving through space. But each person's was unique. It reminded me of a bit of the video Running Down That Hill. Sorry for so many specific references, but I guess it's so funny. I guess I'm getting a lot of symbolism, and each frame is showing a different person's personality, their own flair.
Awesome.
Thanks, Julia.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm so glad that is it Priscilla, right?
Priscilla.
Yeah, I remember her from the training materials, but I'm so glad she echoed that that I feel a little so right even before we even got more towards the end of the scene, I was already off, and I kind of felt this nature of the earth going, yeah, she has her own weather patterns, things happen and all the time. I just got the really big impression that Earth herself is very upset with how things are being manipulated, that she was not happy, or she was greatly saddened by it. The weather shouldn't be manipulated in a negative way. Disasters happen, but not to the degree that they're being manipulated, and she was not happy with it. And then I jumped up into space, saw like in the atmosphere, briefly saw like a flash image of like an astronaut, and then I saw like this, I guess, weather satellite, and I guess my energies have been really all about countering negative human interaction. And so I saw the satellite breaking up, and even like the nuts and bolts breaking off, and the whole thing collapsing and burning up in the atmosphere, and at least taking out some of the negative input that was being put in. And that was one of the things I saw.
Yeah, all of your stuff has been.
Yeah.
Helping break that up. Yeah.
I actually, I don't share a ton, but I experienced coming in as this lion, and as I showed up in this lion form, I felt courage and strength that just flooded, like I was pouring that courage and strength out, which was for me something completely different to experience. So
But you're such a Leo.
and possibly that's it,
Yeah.
but that's
Oh,
what
part of
came
it, maybe.
out of my personal experience. Just wow.
Beautiful.
And just it expanded, my heart just expanded as that courage, that strength, those two words just flooded everything. So
Fantastic.
I landed on a purple planet that had, it seemed very barren at first. And I saw a white river that felt like it was milk. And there were some green plants growing. And then as I looked at myself, I seemed to be some kind of like grasshopper type of being. And then there were little yellow, cute little creatures that at first I'm like, am I supposed to eat them? But then they kind of landed in my hand and they were like kind of giving me little kisses and hugs. So it was very nurturing. It felt barren at first, but then the milk and the little creatures, it was very nurturing.
I'm still getting my bearings.
Definitely speak up because you're very far away and soft spoken, or move up if you'd like, if you want to be recorded, if you don't mind.
It's short and sweet and simple. I stayed with beautiful Mother Earth, which I've been really reconnecting with this week, and just a lot of green golden light that seems to be with me again this week, and just pouring as much love and gratitude to her. And really, that was the main focus that I remember, is just being above with Mother Earth and in awe of her beauty, and just sharing my total gratitude and love.
Well, usually I'm very visual, and this time I was not, which is kind of strange. But I felt something. First of all, I felt the water, a huge amount of very, very clear water. And I got that message like it's a clearing time, it's a clearing time, it's a clearing time. So that's what I got, and the water was live and so clear and so beautiful. And then my physical body there was like a huge shock, like boom, very sudden and very like, and that's it. So I don't know, different for sure.
beautiful.
I was out in interstellar space and I was mostly seeing the kind of energetic connections. I mean, we're in the universe, but all the people in my life, family and friends around the world, And kind of our, I don't know, there's some kind of just that it was like a personal connection with each, but also the kind of the fact that the bigger connection, like energetic, galactic connection between us in that setting. And there's some healing there and connections and stuff. And yeah, I'll go back there. It was nice. It wasn't done yet, so I'll go back later.
Part of my experience had, I know I've told some of you this, and we can revisit this later, not at this moment. But I had this experience, this very lucid, timeless, lucid dream, timeless experience that was really surprising and stayed with me. It's still a little bit of a mystery to me. But Brian, you're sitting right where I believe a time traveler from the future was sitting on a similar sofa. You're in the exact space where it was. And that I've been wondering quite a bit about this visitation by this being here. And some of what you've just said has inspired me to share that, because that was part of the convention that I went to during my own session, listening to my own voice, which, by the way, if you are a practitioner,
I wondered how it went for you.
you know, I'm listening to it knowing that my conscious mind had little to do with that, the creation of that. That was very much, if not completely channeled stuff. Some of it I'm like, oh yeah, that was in there. And there's something about, even if you think it can't happen or it's not correct, and I'm talking to practitioners specifically, those who do this kind of stuff, your own soul using your own voice to talk to the human parts of you can be incredibly powerful. And if you haven't done this before, and these are things that we talk about, like in places like or in areas and in parts of immersion in our BQH class and on our community forum. First of all, you learn what works, what's soothing in your own voice for others. And you soothe your own self almost more than, you know, possibly, I guess, a loving mother would give you soothing, or a grandmother who adores you kind of thing. But hearing your own voice gently take care of you, assist you, and support you in expansion, forgiveness, love, all of those things can be hugely important for anybody. Especially for things like forgiveness, because so often humans carry around self-talk that is less than kind to ourselves. Anyway, I found that quite healing for me, and I hope it has been beneficial for you out there as well. We're gonna think about wrapping it up here pretty soon, until or unless anybody has anything else they would like to say. Please share too, because I wasn't sure if you guys were gonna do that or not.
Well, and it's funny because I felt like I should share at the end, and it's because of what you said.
Come this way, and so we can see your beautiful smile as you speak.
Don and I were doing tech support and monitoring the chat, and thank you for all of you that wrote in and shared your experience with us, and also just joined your energies to ours. I felt it very strongly as I was sitting right next to the camera and the computer, and wasn't dropped in the whole time. So I was feeling tons of energy in the room. And I don't know if someone else said this while I was in the other room, but probably my sister, because I always repeat everything she says. But you know, so many beings and just energies, and then when everything was chill, I just dropped in and was like, okay, so where am I in all this? And boom, I was the sun. And okay, so I am a sun being, I know this, I've had lifetimes there, I've, you know, had these experiences, but it wasn't any of those. I'm like, okay, so which of this life? No, you are the sun. Okay, I am the sun. And I could see tiny little me in my little bright red Egyptian dress way down there on earth with this line of light coming up to me. And then I'm looking around at all of you because my eyes were open, and all of you, we were all these little human cells with these lines of our energy tapped up to planets. The planet that we are, the planet that we come from. We call it our galactic support. We call it our galactic family. We know we've had experiences there. But when we step out and out and out and out, it's another way of seeing it. And so as our galactic bodies, the planets that we are, the stars that we are, it was that very non-emotional place of the cosmic dance.
Yes.
And it was the planet, Earth doing her thing and rotating this way, and the sun, me as the representative of the sun in this vision, rotating this way, and then flipped, because we just flipped the Earth's rotation that happens the sun's every 11 years, that just happened this year. And they're all doing that, and all of them are flipping and turning and reversing their rotation, and it was just the cosmic dance. And Earth is having her part in it, just like all the other planets are, just like we are. And so it was this, message of we are our own galactic support.
Of course.
We are our own galactic representatives.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see each of you as the planet that you are, the color that you are. You said purple, and I was like, you are purple. So I just love that. And I thought, Brian, it's like you were there with you. We were seeing that together. So thank you all, and thank you all for joining us in that.
Can I jump in with one last thing?
Sure.
It's interesting, I was sitting next to you and you were a lion, because that angelic group that I connect with introduced themselves to me as the Lionel, and they all shapeshift back and forth in my vision from looking like humans, more human, into lions. I thought that was kind of cool.
Fantastic.
That was neat.
Wow. Yeah.
You are.
You
are
a
a lion.
Fantastic. Wanda, do you have anything you'd like to say, or?
I sure don't. Thank you for the invitation.
Mhm.
I have nothing else to add to this beautiful.
Fantastic.
You guys
Fantastic.
are complete.
Well, I'm gonna call us all complete then, and once again, from here in the heartland of America and the Immersion BQH class of October 2024. Thank you for joining us, and we continue to pray for all today and in the future. Thank you. Bye, everyone.